Hello students, today we will continue chapter 20 of class 5 EVS and the name of the chapter is Heritage Sites and Buildings. In the previous classes we have studied about what is heritage, okay, and we have discussed about different various heritage buildings also, okay. We have discussed about Taj Mahal, how it is made, by whom it was made, okay, and in whose memory it was made. These things we have discussed in the previous class. Now we are going to study about different heritage sites of India. Okay, so first we are going to discuss about Ajanta and Ellora caves. They are located in the city of Aurangabad in Maharashtra. The Ajanta caves contain some of India's most magnificent paintings painted thousands of years ago. Means these paintings are very old, okay, means these paintings were painted 1000 years ago, okay. At Ellora, one can see beautiful temples with wonderful carvings made from a rock cut. These are called rock cut temples. These temples are called rock cut because these temples are made up, and actually these temples are made with the help of only one rock. Means if a rock is there, carving on done in that particular rock only, and then those temples are made. So here you can see this Kailashnath temple at Ellora. As here you can see that these this temple is made up of only one rock. Means different rocks and different bricks are not used to build these temples. That is why these temples are known as rock cut temples. Okay, now the next heritage building is Sun Temple, that is located in Konark. It is there in the state of Orissa. The Sun Temple Konark is a huge chariot shaped temple in Orissa. So do you know what is the meaning of chariot? Actually chariot means, in ancient time you must have seen people used to travel with the help of horses, and a cart was attached to the horses, okay, and that was known as chariot. In Hindi we call it rath, okay. So this temple is made up in the shape of a huge chariot. It looks like a chariot, okay, and it is located in Odisha, dedicated to sun god. Means the people, they believe that sun is a god. It is made up of stone with 12 pairs of wheels pulled by 7 rearing horses. Each wheel is about 10 feet in diameter with a set of spokes and elaborated carvings. Here you can see the beautiful picture of Sun Temple at Konark. Now the next heritage site is Fatehpur Sikri, or the city of victory. It was built near Agra by Mughal Emperor Akbar. It remained the capital of Mughal Empire for 10 years. The city has beautiful buildings and the massive gateway Buland Darwaza. So here you can see the Buland Darwaza. It is the main entrance of the city Fatehpur Sikri. Okay. So here now we are going to discuss the stories that are related with some of the monuments of India. Okay, monuments tell us many stories. Monuments tell us things about the past. Okay, they tell us about the power and vision of the people who got them built. Okay, these historical places give glimpses of how kings and queens lived in their huge and luxurious places. Means when we see these buildings, we come to know that how the life of people in the past was there, okay. The kings and the queens, how they used to spend their life, how they used to live in their huge palaces. Their life was very royal, okay. We also get to know about the materials available during that time period, okay, because when we see these monuments we come to know the material that was used to build these buildings. So when we see them we come to know that which material was used at that time, okay. The material used to build a monument was sometimes brought from far away places. Okay, so if you go to Taj Mahal and when you see the Taj Mahal, you can see that it is made up of white marble, but in the place, in the city of Agra, white marble is not available, so it was brought from the Rajasthan. Okay, so at that time also people used to bring things from different places to build these monuments. This was not a very easy task as transportation, okay, was as transportation was not very developed during those days. As you can see that at present time we have got many vehicles, we have got trucks, we have got cranes, we have got many vehicles that we use for the transportation. But at that time, when we talk about past, there were no vehicles like present days, so it was really a very difficult task to move such huge stones, such rocks from one place to another. So you just imagine how difficult it was at that time to build those buildings also. Now, by looking at carvings, paintings, sculptures and the architecture of the monument, we get to know about the skill of the craftsmen and artisans. Okay, so when we see the carvings, when we see the paintings, when we see the sculptures, then we come to know that the people, those who have built these monuments, were very skilled persons. Okay, because they have done it in a very fine manner. Again, we will talk about that topic only, that at past people doesn't have machines, they doesn't have the proper things to make paintings for the sculptures. Okay, but still if they have done in such a great manner, means they were very skilled craft persons and artisans. And who are craftsmen and artisans? The people who actually build the monuments are known as craftsmen and artisans. Visit to a monument helps us to visualize a historical period. Okay, when we go to these places, we can visualize, we can think, we can just imagine that how the life of people was. People was there. Okay, so how they used to live, how they used to use those buildings. Okay, so that's all for today. Tomorrow we will discuss the next topic of this chapter. Thank you so much.